Hello there everybody, welcome back to the YouTube channel of JJ Prime Reviews. So today I will be taking a look at the Transformers Studios Series number 44 Leader Class Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime. So let's get down to the review table and see what the big deal is for this figure. So let's get it on, man. Let's go! And here is Optimus Prime fully transformed into his truck mode. And as you can see, this Optimus Prime comes with a trailer. Well, because it's in Dark of the Moon, the Dark of the Moon Prime comes with a trailer. He has a trailer now. So yeah. Now this is the cab section right here, the Optimus Prime figure itself. This is a repaint, slight remold of the Studio Series 32 Optimus Prime. So yeah, and right off the bat, let's bring in some size comparison so we can see how it scales right there. And perhaps this is the comparison that you guys have been waiting for. So here is Optimus Prime compared with Dark of the Moon Megatron from the Studio Series toy line. You can see how they scale with one another, and they do look quite good together, I will say. They look nice together. They look really nice. Very well done. So yeah. Anyway, so now let us move on to the next size comparison. Here is Optimus Prime compared with the treacherous Autobot leader Sentinel Prime. So you can see how the two primes scale with one another, and they look quite good together. Yeah, really nice scale, I will say. Really nice. I kind of wish that Sentinel Prime could have been a little bit bigger, but it's okay. It is what it is. But hey, now let's move on to the next comparison. Just because here is Optimus Prime compared to the original Studio Series Optimus Primes. You can see how they scale with one another. And last but not least, here is the Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime compared with the Studio Series 32 Optimus Primes. You can see all the deco changes right here. You can see this section right here has the more goldish yellow orangish paint, which is more screen accurate. And as opposed to the translucent plastic for the windows, you get silver paint on these windows. So yeah, that's something different to note between the two figures. But hey, it's still the same figure. And of course, you can have this figure, you can have this Optimus Prime figure tow this trailer because it's the same toy. It's the same toy. And you can also have the original Studio Series 05 Optimus Prime to tow this trailer because it's the exact same toy. But you know, I mean, this one, you know, this one is a heavy remold of this guy. So, but it still, you know, it still shares the same mold. So that's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, so that is pretty much it for the alt mode comparisons. Okay, so I think that we are blah 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 blah. This my tongue stops working. I think we are pretty much done with the truck and trailer modes. And does he include any other accessories? Yes, he does, but everything is stored inside the trailer. He does come with the same gun that came with the Studio Series 32 Optimus Prime, but it is stored inside the gun. So we'll take a look at the accessories when we transform Optimus Prime into his robot mode. And speaking of robot mode, let us transform Optimus Prime right now. So the first thing I want to do is just take the trailer and make it disappear, just like in G1. So there you go. Anyway, so first thing you want to do is that you want to untab these wheels section right here. Just bring them down just like that. You want to untab these gas tanks right here, untab them, and just bring this over. And there are two tabs that will tab into these slots right in there. That would just tab in just like that. You want to rotate this around until it swoops into place. And the one thing that they really fixed on this figure, now you can see here there's a silver little piece sticking out, and now that's a pin. That is a pin. They put a pin into these joints so they won't pop off anymore. Yeah, thank you. Because on the 32 Optimus Prime, these hinges, they do pop off a lot. So I'm glad that they actually put pins into this figure, into these joints. That's really nice, really nice and thoughtful. So just untap this section right here and just bring that to the back, just like that. So now, I'm going to untap this section right here. Excuse me, my throat is going. Anyway, so just untap this section right here, just to make sure that these two panels are together, just like that, and just bring this forward, just like so, and just bring this forward, just like that. And there's a tab right here that goes into that slot right there, and just tap this in, just like that, tap this in. And now, you want to take this whole section right here, just split the grill, and just open that up, and just untab the arm section right here, just bring this down, just like so, and just rotate his head around, and now the chest pieces can close like that, and tab it into place, and there we go. So now we can actually move on to the legs, just split the legs, and just rotate the feet around, just like so. Just rotate the feet around, just like so, and there we go. Just bring the wheels down, just like that. Bring these wheels down, and just rotate this wheel up, rotate this wheel up, and there we have that. So now just untab all this, split the arms, and just bring this over. There we go. Now just rotate the waist 180, and just clip it into place, and there you have that. So now that we got the lower body all done, I need to raise up the camera a little bit more, so I'll be right back. Okay, so we are at the top floor. So the first thing you want to do is that you want to bring these to the back, and they will interlock with each other, just like that. So before we get the backpack situated, we need to work on the arms. So just untap the section right here, and just bring this over, and tab it into place, just like that. Do it on the my tongue stopped working again. Do it on the other side as well. Just tab this into place, just like that. So now you want to bring this over, make it flush against the back, and there are two tabs that will tab into these slots right there. So just tap this in, and there you go, the backpack situated for you right there. So the arms, they're pretty easy. Just untap this and just bring this over, and just flip out the fist, just like that, and just bring this around, and there you have one arm all done. The same thing on the other side, just untap this, and just bring this down, flip out the fist, and just bring this around, and I think we're done. Yeah, are we done? Yes, we are done. Woo! So there you have Optimus Prime fully transformed into his robots mode, and he looks pretty good. I do quite like this figure, and you know, I really like this mold in general, so I don't mind owning it for the third time. I hope it's the final time that we're going to use this mold. So yeah, unless they want to use it as a Nemesis Prime, who knows, but anyway, so let's get in closer so we can take a look at that noggin right there. So yes, it's a nice primey head sculpt from the movies, nice silver paint, nice blue for the eyes, really cool. So yeah, really nicely done. Nice red and blue color scheme, of course. And you do have the fading yellow right here on the arm, on the side of the arms, and that's pretty cool. I do quite like that. And you got a nice silver paint right here on the chest. Now, originally they wanted to pass this figure with a red chest, like unpainted red chest, and it didn't look good at first. But now the final product has the nice silver paint on the chest, and you can see all the details right there, and that looks so much better in my opinion. That looks way better, my gosh. And yeah, you got nice silver paint here on the thigh section right here as well. And you got a dark gray color right here. Got some blue right here as well. So yeah, really nicely done. Yeah, pretty cool. And the backpack, yeah, pretty clean backpack, and not much of a backpack, you know. Hey, really well done. So the articulation, pretty much the same as the 05 Optimus Prime and the 32 Optimus Prime. So the head is on a ball joint, can rotate from a full 360, can look up a little bit. He can't really look down. The shoulders, it can rotate a full 360, can move in and out. You can actually move this shoulder piece if you want to. You do have a bicep swivel, you do have an elbow swivel. no, elbow swivel, elbow joint, you can elbow bend, over 90 degrees of bend right there, and you do have a wrist swivel, which is really nice. I do quite like that. And you do have a little bit of a waist swivel, and you do have, due to the way he transforms, he doesn't have an ab crunch, unfortunately. The legs can move up that far, can move back only that far. I mean, if you bring these wheels down, you can actually move back the legs a little bit more, so that's pretty cool. So you have to maneuver around, you know, the legs. So yeah, and you do have a swivel above the knee. You do have a knee joint, very deep knee band, like over 90 degrees of bend right there, and you can actually move these knee joints right here, these knee pads. Move them if you want to, and you do have a foot pivot. It can move up and down. You do have ankle tilt, like a little bit of ankle tilt, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, he's nice and poseable all around. Of course, I forgot to mention that he can actually move out his legs. Can pretty much do the full splits right there. So yeah, nice sense of articulation right there. I mean, I don't think there's any bits of articulation that I really want, you know. I mean, he has every bit of articulation. He has like ankle tilts, wrist swivels, waist swivels, thigh swivels, you know, knee joints and elbow joints and bicep swivels. He has everything. He literally has everything. So yeah. Now let us, you know, compare this Prime with the 32 Optimus Prime and see how much has changed between the two. And speaking of which, here is the Darkened Moon Optimus Prime compared with the 32 Optimus Prime. So you can see the only thing they changed with this mold is the chest piece. And you know, we got super paint on these the chest windshields, because this one has translucent plastic, but this one has silver paint on it, so that's pretty cool. I mean, I don't mind the silver paint, but I would have preferred the translucent plastic, so yeah. But I'm not complaining. So yeah, really nicely done figures right here. So I mean, it's the exact same toy, just different chest and a little bit of difference in the paintwork. So yeah. So now let's move on to the trailer itself. And here you have the trailer. So you can see, very nicely molded all around, but it's all done in unpainted gray plastic. No sewer paint whatsoever on this trailer. Wish there was more paint to this, but hey, it's still a nicely done trailer. Nicely molded. Got the Autobot symbol right here. Like very G1 aesthetic. Pretty cool. Got some nice blue paint and the Autobot symbol right there on the front. So yeah, and you do have the wheels right here, which is kind of weird because on the Optimus Prime figure, the wheels are done in a nice black plastic with the silver rims painted over. This one is casted in unpainted gray plastic, and the tires itself are painted black, so it's the other way around, which is really weird. And you can see here, not all the wheels roll. This is the only wheel that rolls, the back wheels. This wheel is just molded into place, so it doesn't really roll. So that's pretty unfortunate, but it's okay. It is what it is. So yeah, but still a nicely done, solid trailer. So you can see on the top right there, and you got at the bottom, you can see all the Jetwing Pack right here, just stored inside there. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for the trailer. It's unpainted gray plastic. There's nothing much all that to it, and you can actually open up the trailer from the back. Right here, you can open up these doors. Can you fit anything like a car inside? No, because it's you know, no, nothing can fit inside the trailer now. It's covered. It's filled. You know, the trailer is filled with all the accessories and the Jetwing Pack, so no space at all. So, so anyway, so now let's transform this trailer into the Jetwing Pack and the armory. So first thing I want to do is you want to untap, unpeg these guns and just bring them out, just like so. And you want to open up these doors like so, and you want to bring this section down, just like that. Bring this down, and they will tab into place, and there you have that. So now, what you want to do is you want to untap all this, untap all that, just untap that. You can free the Jetwing Pack, and just take all this out, and you got the shield that pops out. So just put the shield off to the side for now, and want to unpeg this gun. See, I told you, it comes with the same gun. So there you go. And then you have the blade right here, which is pretty cool. I do quite like that. And you have the axe right here, and I can't even take it out. Come out, axe, come out. There we go. Take this off the side. So now you want to take this wheel section right here and just bring this down. It looks like I have to raise up the camera a little bit more, so I'll be right back. Okay, so we are at the top floor. So just unpeg this, and just bring all this down on these hinges like so. And to further lock it into place, you want to rotate this around. And you can see here, there are tabs around the trailer like that. So these will just tab into place. They will tab into place, tab into place, tab into place, and tab that into place. So just rotate this around, and they will tab into place, tab that into place, tab it right there, and there you have the ring right there, all done. So what you do with the Jetwing Pack, you want to untab all this, untab all that, and just fan out the wings like so, and just bring this down. That would tab it into place just like that, and just bring all this over and clip into place. There we go. And just rotate these wings around just like so. I'm already sweating. And just rotate these around like so. That would tab into place, and there you have the Jetwing Pack all done and ready. And the only issue that I have with this figure is that there's the big gap right here, and usually I don't complain about gaps when it's just staring you right in the face. Then that's where I go crazy about. So I would have to find a DNA design upgrade kit for this figure so that I can fill in these gaps. So yeah, but anyway, it's still a nice Jetwing Pack. So can you actually store this on the ring section right here? No, you cannot. No, you cannot. So there you have the ring section right here of the trailer transformed, and you got the Jetwing Pack right there. So now we can bring in Optimus Prime. And now the first thing to talk about is you can actually plug Optimus inside the ring right here. You can actually put him inside here if you want to. Hey, it's a thing you can do. Okay, it's a thing you can do. And so to plug the Jetwing Pack on Optimus Prime right here, let me bring down the camera a little bit more so you can see what I'm doing. So first thing I want to do is just bring these out, and just rotate these around till it clips into place. Just rotate these around like so, and just untap all this, and just bring this down just like so, and just slide this over, and just clip it on. If the camera will work for me, there we go. There we go. And just tab this into place, and there you have the Jetwing Pack all put together. And there we go. There you have. And that's pretty cool. I do quite like that. I just wish there were no gaps right here, but hey, it is what it is. So you got these hinges. You can actually put these to the back like so, and then you can put this to the back. You do have a swivel right here if you want to use it. So that's pretty cool. There's a swivel right there. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I do quite like that. Really nice. So now, what can you do with all the weapons? So speaking of the weapons, they're all right here. So what I will do with these guns, I just plug this on to Prime's hands, and in my opinion, it doesn't really work all that well, because usually the guns are supposed to go over the hands, like wrap it around. But hey, you can still hold them, and from the front it definitely looks good. But I just wish there was more paint on the guns, so I would have to get the DNA design kit for this figure. So all these weapons, where can they go? They can actually store on the trailer itself. So the gun, I would just plug in to this port right here, just like so. If I can do it, there we go. And just plug this right there. And the sword, I just plug this in like that, like so. I just plug this in like so. There we go. And actually, Now I take this sword and I just plug this to the side right here, this side. There we go. Let's plug this to that side. And the shield, I just plug this in to the port, to this port right here. And I'm not sure if I can see it. There we go. I just plug this right there. And the axe, there is a tab right here. So I'll just plug this in. And there you have everything stored onto the ring of accessories. So that's pretty cool. I do quite like that. Got the armory right there. That's pretty cool. I do quite like that very, very much. I like the playability that you can actually have with this figure. So yeah, really, really cool. Really, really cool. So anyway, so now I need to take the trailer and put it off to the side right here and move on to some size comparisons. Oh wait, before I go to some size comparisons, if you remember when I reviewed the Studio Series Leader Class Jetfire, Jetfire actually came with a little extra chest piece for Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime. So here it is. So you can actually take this chest piece and just plug this onto his chest. So just unplug this and just plug this in. And why would you do this? Because so that you can actually take Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime and combine him with Jetfire, and that is pretty cool because he does have the same connections like 32 Optimus Prime because it's the same toy. So you do have options. If you want him combined with Jetfire, you can do so if you want to, but now I can't even untab this. Now I can't even take this off. There we go. Just put this back on, just like so. There we go. But yeah, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. But anyway, so now we can move on to some size comparisons. Wait, let me fold these wings to the back so I can have more space. So there we go. There you have that. So let's bring in some size comparisons right now. Here is Optimus Prime compared with the Dark of the Moon, a Megatron from the Studio Series toy line. And I'm not sure the scale really works here because Prime is like way shorter than Megs. But I think that works, you know. I mean, Megatron is taller, supposed to be taller than Optimus Prime, so that's definitely scale accurate in my opinion. So anyway, let's move on. Here is Optimus Prime compared with the Studio Series Voyager class Sentinel Prime. You can see how they look together, and they look quite good together. I love these two Primes, really cool. So anyway, let us move on. And just because, here is Optimus Prime compared with his fellow Autobot friend Jetfire, and they look quite good together. I do quite like these two figures, really cool. So let us move on to the final set of comparisons. Speaking of which, here is Studio Series 44 Optimus Prime compared with the original Studio Series 05 Prime and the 32 Optimus Prime. And you can see how they look together. You got the first Prime, the second Prime, and the third Prime. So yeah, that's pretty cool. You see, this is their first test, but they went back and changed a lot to become this, and they re-released this figure into this one, but with a different chest piece. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So you can actually plug this Jetwing Pack onto this Prime if you want to. You can't do it to this Prime because it doesn't have the same connection. So that's unfortunate, but well, if you can't do it, then knock yourself out. so yeah, so that's pretty much it for the robot mode comparisons. Okay, so here are my final thoughts on the Transformers Studio Series 44 Leader Class Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime. And yeah, it's a really cool set in my opinion. The trailer, I love the way that the trailer transforms. I think it's pretty cool, and I love how you can actually have the Jetwing Pack from the trailer itself to go on Optimus Prime. So that is pretty cool. Some improvements should have been, you know, of course this set definitely needed some improvements, you know, like the gaps right here, just, yeah, that looks ugly to me. I just don't like that. And the guns, which they were painted, you know, all the weapons, they should have been painted. And the shield, you can actually have Prime holding the shield if you want to, but I feel like that's too small for him. So, and there's no official way to have him hold the shield properly, so yeah, that's one thing they should improve on. And yeah, but for the Optimus Prime figure itself, it's a great looking figure. I really love it, and the articulation is a lot. It's all there, and the screen accuracy, it's there. It's just there. I love the engineering that they actually did with this figure, and the chest piece is really well done. I love that chest piece. it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. So yeah, overall, it's a really nicely done figure and a really fun set to mess with as well. So if I were to rank this whole set from a scale of 1 to 10, I think I'll just give it an 8 out of 10. Definitely needed more paint here and there for the trailer and the weapons, but other than that, it's a really cool set in my opinion, and also enjoyable to mess with. So. And I think that's pretty much it for today's video review. So ladies and gentlemen, if you are completely new to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. And while you're at it, click that notification bell icon down below as well, so that you know when my new videos are up and ready. And you want to check out my Studio Series Reviews playlist for any videos you may have missed. So I'll post a link. Blah 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 blah. My tongue stopped working again. Oh man, my tongue. I just don't like my tongue at all. So anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, you can always check out my Studio Series Reviews playlist for any videos you may have missed. So I'll post a link to that playlist in the description down below. And if you want to get this figure of your own, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for any availability. So I'll post a link to that website in the description down below as well. So. And I think that's pretty much it for today's video. Blah, 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 blah. Again, my tongue always stops working. Why? Anyway, that is pretty much it for me to say. So, there you have the Transformers Studio Series 44 Leader Class Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime. And this is JJ Prime signing off. Peace out.